Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I've been gone for a while, but that's because I was like really busy with school finals and stuff. So I'm like on my break right now, my winter break. So I decided to film a video for you guys and try to be more active. So today, if you can't tell by the title already, we're gonna be reacting to some Reddit confessions, and I'm kind of scared because I've only started recently using Reddit like this year, so it's a little like people are kind of mean on there, but it's whatever, it's Reddit. But anyway, today I have some confessions on my phone to read out to you guys, and all of these I've kind of picked based on the title. Like, I haven't read any of these yet because I want like my initial reaction. But some of these I try to pick like the craziest ones to be like entertaining. So some of these are a little like jarring, so like trigger warning Reddit. But yeah, the first one is called I married someone half my age, got baby trapped, survived her affairs, and somehow came out stronger. Okay, so it says, okay, also I know these are like these are public and are like on Reddit, but I'm not like including the usernames like just in case, I don't know. But okay, so this one, it says, I never thought I'd end up writing something like this, but here we are. I divorced my first wife after 22 years because of her drug addiction. Okay, I hung on until our kids were grown and out of the house, then finally let go. Okay, I respect it. I mean, 2 years later, this beautiful, exciting, adventurous woman, half my age, came into my life. She was everything I felt I'd been missing. I didn't want to get married again. I said that from the start. Then one day I came home and discovered she had moved in with literally everything she owned. 3 pairs of shoes, 3 jeans, 5 tops, underwear, socks, and a toothbrush. That was her whole life. And I'll be honest, having this gorgeous young woman want me was intoxicating. I kept telling myself not to commit, but slowly over time, she wore me down. I convinced myself this might be the last chance at love, companionship, a future. So I agreed and get married because I didn't want to get old and die alone. Fast forward 5 years later. I feel like I know a lot of people don't want to like die alone or like die old without someone else, but like I feel like it's kind of like peaceful, like not everyone needs to like die with someone that they're like married to, or like I get that it's comforting, but there's nothing wrong with like living by yourself and like but I get that some people want like that companionship and like to die next to someone. I don't know. Okay, so fast forward 5 years, I get a phone call, we're pregnant. I froze. She had told me she couldn't get pregnant because of endometriosis. I don't know, guys. I'm not like a doctor or something, so. And that continuous birth control was necessary for her pain. Her explanation, I didn't think you could get me pregnant because of your age. I was 58. Okay, wait. I know that for guys, there's not like an age where they can't get like people pregnant, but I know for women, like they start losing their fertility like around, I think like late 30s or something. So okay, despite the shock when my son was born, blonde hair, blue eyes, absolutely perfect, my whole world shifted. I was so happy. Even if I'd been baby trapped, he became the best thing of my life. Yeah, then the real nightmare began. I found out that she was having an affair with a 6-year-old controlling woman. Then a neighbor, then a friend, then a customer. Oh, that's tough. I think one of like the worst things in life is like if you found out that your partner cheated but you already had like a kid with them, because then like I feel bad for the kid, like it's not their fault, but then now their whole parent relationship is gonna be like really complicated. And then she realized I was catching on. She tried to take full custody of our son. She teamed up with the first affair partner who who just happened to be her attorney. And then they manufactured a way to get me arrested for domestic abuse. I was booked for something that never happened. Eventually she admitted she lied, and the state dropped everything. My record was expunged, but the damage was done. I later discovered all the affairs, and that's when she filed for a divorce. Counseling behavior and truth uncovered the truth behind her behavior. So she had borderline personality disorder, covert narcissism, abandonment issues, and serious daddy issues. Childbirth had completely flipped a switch in her brain. Cheating became normal. I kind of like want to know like what goes through someone's mind when they're like cheating on someone, because I feel like if you were like really in love with someone, you wouldn't need to cheat, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I just like sit there at night and think like, why would people cheat? Like, I don't know. She acted like it was a right. She told me everyone I was the cheater, abuser, and bad father. The projection was unreal. But the judge saw right through her lies. She walked away with no alimony, no house, no car, no finances, nothing. I pay child support. I gladly take care of my son. I have 50-50 custody, okay? So, she's now living with her last affair partner and apparently cheating on him too. I know that some people have like open relationships, so I wonder if that's why like her other partner is okay with that, because like obviously if someone cheats on you to get with another person and that person stays, they're going to experience the same things. I don't know why some people think that when they get with a cheater that they're gonna be different or something. Like, no. So here's my confession. Yes, some people absolutely normalize cheating. Yes, some will rewrite reality so that they stay with their own decisions. Yes, some will burn your whole life down just to avoid accountability. But I survived it. My son is safe and we're building. Okay, good for him and good for the son as well, because, you know, it's never the child's fault. And honestly, for the first time in a long time, I feel free. Okay, so I think him telling us this like through Reddit like actually helped him through like this whole situation, so that's good for him, and I'm glad that he got a beautiful son and he's like re-healing and stuff. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Okay guys, this next one is like really insane, so prepare yourselves. This one's called "Out of all the people I could have loved, I chose to love my cousin." Now we have no idea what to do. How should we tell our family? Maybe don't. We have no idea how we're going to tell our family about this. The thought that I have to come clean one day has ruined my sleep. It's like a huge weight on my mind and chest. So I guess I'll start from the beginning. We've always been close since we were kids. My 19 male first cousin, Daisy, 19 female, and I lived quite close. Our houses were just down the street from each other, so we always hung out and went to the same school. Our family would always say we were stuck together like super glue. Then parents, siblings, and I moved to another state when I was like 13 because my mom got a new job that guaranteed to improve our situation further than before. Daisy and I kept in touch. We would reunite every summer during family gatherings and other events. Okay, so far it seems normal. Like I have close cousins as well that I think are like my best friends, you know, but I just don't know how like that could lead to whatever this is. I mean, based on the title, it does seem like they have like a bit of shame, you know, like they know it's weird. But it started 2 years ago. My uncle and aunt were getting a divorce. Things were getting hectic at our home, so my mom's offered Daisy to stay with us until things cooled down. Like the good cousin I was, I offered her to sleep in my room. I guess, but separate beds, right? Because, you know, one night we were talking while playing Uno. We opened up to each other. She talked about how shitty things were because of the divorce, and I cried. I comforted her. We talked more. I wanted to ease the moods if we watched Netflix and laughed together, made stupid jokes, you know. Okay, so like so far this seems normal. Like maybe like they're like confused. Anyway, then as a stupid joke, I made a pass at her. I thought she was just gonna roll her eyes and smack me on the shoulder when I do something dumb like always, but no, she flirted back. One thing led to another, and we ended up having, dude, I don't even know if I can say that on YouTube. I don't really know about like YouTube moderation and stuff, so I'm gonna just, well, you guys can see on the screen, which leads to my current situation. I have a romantic and sexual relationship with Daisy. We've been going out for 2 years now. Dates behind closed doors, ending closed, loving couple does. We go to the same college and share an apartment that our parents rented out. I should have saved the comments for this too, because I want to know like what other people think. I did see like a couple comments saying like, oh, like go to therapy, dude, or stuff like that. They think we're just normal cousins living together. I feel guilty whenever we lie to them. Just them? You don't feel guilty about anything else? Daisy wants us to build a life together after graduation, but I told her that our family will know one day. Yeah, you can't really like do this to like the kids, you know, like again, it wouldn't be the kids' fault, but like usually like ancestral like children have some type of deformity because, you know, like it's not supposed to happen. But I don't know what they mean by starting a family, like adoption, or I don't know. This is, like I said, this one's crazy. We're trying to come up with a solution. There are only a few people who've known and have kept it a secret. My older sister, my best friend, and a few of Daisy's friends. I've also planning to get a vasectomy at some point. Wait, so like other people know about this and they're like okay with it? Like he said his older sister and his best friend knows. I thought this was something like that only those two knew, but anyway, my sister urges that I have to tell both my moms one day and uncle and aunt, then prepare if things get bad. My best friend tells me that either way what we're doing is wrong, but it doesn't feel wrong to me since we didn't hurt anyone. And if it's up to me, and it's up to me if I want to follow my heart, and my heart tells me that I love Daisy, what do I do? You couldn't have picked anyone else. Like, I feel bad, but also like, why? You know, like, I don't know. Guys. Anyway, we're just gonna move on to the next one because I genuinely don't know what to say about this. I have no words. So the next one's called I found out my ex-former affair partner was in a fatal car accident and I'm thrilled. Okay, this one's like a shorter one, but it says a few years ago my ex had an affair with a coworker. She lied to my face about it, and after he left me for her, she threatened me and my kids, got me jumped, and made fun of how heartbroken I was. She said the most cruel things to me for absolutely no reason. This woman would purposely sleep with taken men and call herself a professional homewrecker. Ew, that's so icky. That's like, are you not ashamed? Like, what? I wasn't the only one. She did stuff like this too. About a year after her and my ex stopped seeing each other, I found out that she was in a fatal car accident from drinking and driving. Okay, if you're drinking and driving, you should know like the potential consequences, right? Like that was nobody's fault. That was your fault. Why would you drink and drive? You're making it dangerous for everyone else and yourself. The smile that spread across my face was unreal. I felt like such a wave of happiness and satisfaction. Now before anyone jumps down my throat, I know she didn't owe me what my partner did, and he could have said no, but it was just the general fact that she was a horrible person in general. Okay. I have never been happy about the death of someone before, but this was so satisfying. Call me an evil person if you want, but I strongly believe in karma. I get it, but you know, like it's wrong to like wish death on anyone because that's like not okay. But she like it's not like someone like crashed into her and caused her to like die, you know what I mean? Like she was drunk and she decided to drive. I don't know. It's crazy, but not as crazy as the last story. Okay, this one's called When I Was 16, I was a Roblox streamer and it resulted me in accidentally dating a girl 3 years younger than me. We then tried to ruin each other's lives. Okay, first of all, how do you accidentally date someone 3 years younger than you? So that means the girl was 13 and he was 16, which is like a huge maturity gap. I know it's 3 years, but at this point in your life, that's not okay. So I guess like maybe she like lied about her age, because I feel like when you're, even if you're just like friends, you kind of want to know like the other person's age, you know, so like keep things like, yeah. So I think she probably lied, right? Because how do you accidentally date someone that's like younger than you? Like you have to know the person's age that you're talking to, right? But anyway, okay, so it says this incident has stayed with me and caused a lot of lingering guilt and anxiety. Also, I remember that this one was like a pretty long one, so get your snacks, whatever. Yeah, especially now that I'm 18. It's something that kept me up at night, replaying events and questioning my own judgment. Back in 2021 and 2023, when I was around 16, I was a Roblox streamer on TikTok Live. Interesting. You know, I've come across like a couple of like Roblox TikTok lives, and I wonder if I've ever seen this dude and not know that this was going on. I mainly streamed the game to Hood. Okay, so my feed is like mostly like Flee the Facility gamers, so I don't think I've seen this guy. Where I interacted heavily with viewers by taking challenges, doing 1v1s, and gaming with weapons, talking with chat, and hanging up on the Hood community. One thing I became known for during these streams was rizzing up Roblox girls, especially flirting in game and trying to get their Instagram or befriend them on Roblox. Whenever I did this, my viewership would spike significantly, often jumping from around 1k to 3k viewers, so obviously it enticed me to do it more. Okay, that's pretty impressive. Like, I feel like that's pretty good for TikTok Live, you know, like 1k to 3k, that's a decent amount, you know. Now that we got context out of the way, one day during one of my more chill streams, I befriended these 3 girls that joined my game through the live. Okay, and long story short, they ended up joining a Discord server for my server where I had a lot of my IRL friends that knew about my streaming career and other fans. She ended up getting really close to me, messaging me and FaceTiming me every night. At this time, I thought she was born in 2006. I'm born in 2007. And she lived only 25 minutes from me. Technically not online dating, so it was more than fine in being with her. Okay, he said I thought she was born in 2006. So does that mean like she told him, or did he like assume from the FaceTimes that she was older? I don't know. And also like the point, like she lived only 25 minutes from me, so technically not online dating. Unless they've like, I feel like if they haven't met yet, then it's still like considered online dating, right? Because like I don't know. So she ended up admitting she was the same age as me, 2007. Okay, so if this is the same girl, then that means like she lied. And honestly, I forgave her, since I knew girls would usually bump up their age a year or up down depending on the age of the person they were interested in. And she knew the ages of my friends beforehand, 2006 to 2005, so she could probably assumed I was born in 2006. Okay, that part's like a little confusing. So that means like he thought she was born in 2006, and she said she claimed to be born in 2007. So he's like, oh, she's lying and she's actually born in 2006, but she wants to seem like she's a year younger or something. Okay, I don't know why he would think that, but we ended up hanging out a couple of times, and the most we ever did was kiss, which she initiated. She was funny, it matched my personality, and we understood each other's jokes and generally found each other attractive. A weird notable moment is that when she sent a long voice message of her super drunk hanging out with her dad, and her dad was telling her about how she would eventually have to give me oral and lose her V to me, saying it was natural and necessary for a girlfriend to do so. Bring up his wife as an example. To me, this was super weird and honestly disgusting. Yeah. But I brushed it off since I know people have different relationships with their parents. Oh yeah. But it's not really my place to judge. And to be fully honest, I wasn't interested in anything sexual. I liked her, I didn't have lust for her, if that makes sense. Yes, that's actually pretty healthy, and I think that's like respectable, you know? One day when we were hanging out, she said, OMG, imagine we went into that club right now and literally just two 13-year-olds. Then she began laughing. I froze in shock and I'm like, WTF? I asked her what she meant and she said, I'm at 16. I said 13 since you have a baby face. Oh, this is like when she started to slip up. I acted like it was okay, but like my heart literally froze for 5 minutes straight. I went to my friend to discuss it immediately and we decided to confront her about it. She did this little pissed off face. I knew she was insecure about how she looked, so I felt bad and told her we could walk away and talk in private if she wants later. Later in the night, when I was talking about it with her, I decided to do some deep research and found out some of her friends were in grade 9 or 10, some even as young as grade 8. This was more than enough, so I asked her for her ID and she hesitated so much, and I ended up breaking up with her. She ended up calling me, showing her heavily edited ID, which I immediately pointed out, and she showed me her real one, showing that she was 13 in grade 9. Okay, so if he was 16 at this time, he would be like in junior year, and she would be in freshman year. I feel like the age gap, like 2 should be the maximum if you're like still a minor, you know what I mean? Like, because the maturity gap is like a lot, because obviously when you're an adult, like 2 to 3 years, it could like mean nothing, you know? But since they're still like minors, like you could tell yourself, right? Like when you were 13 versus 16, you know, like very, very different. To me, this was disgusting. Although 2 to 3 years seems like nothing to some people, we were in high school with a massive maturity difference here. Okay, yeah, so he talked about it. Because of this, I fully broke up with her and unadded all of her friends. Okay, I think that was the right step, because like I know that they were like already having like good chemistry and stuff, but it's just not right, you know? Because of this, her friends retaliated because apparently they had a crush on me too. It got confusing here. And they sent edited screenshots of me threatening to hurt her father and send it to my school, which resulted in cops being sent to my home during the weekend. Oh. Yeah. Like, again, to point out, like, the maturity gap, kind of immature, you know? Like, they were the ones that lied, and he did the right thing. Like, I think he did the right thing, you know, like broke up with her, unadded everyone, because it's hard to like stay friends and keep in contact after that, because, you know, she lied, and it could have gotten him in trouble as well. The cops entered my home and confronted me, saying the school received an email photos about a girl, saying that I threatened to kill her with her dad, with screenshots of random Discord messages I never said attached. My brother is insanely overprotective. He immediately started arguing with the cops and kicked them out of my house, since legally they didn't have to be inside. Oh, like they need like a warrant or something? This next part is the part that haunts me. My brother, after getting my blessing, managed to find the address and school of the girl through confronting her very idiotic online friends. We ended up sending an email to her school containing everything she's done, and most importantly, the audio file of her and her dad talking while drunk. A genuine police detective replied saying that the audio message was super alarming considering her father got drunk and had her talk about such sexual acts during her vulnerable state. I got scared here and replied saying a friend told me to send the email and they wished to remain anonymous, and the detective understood and said he already had a lot of information he needed. That wasn't it. We also made a Discord account containing a photo of her dad, edited to be covered in blood with her address and a random date a month and a half ahead in the Discord bios, and added all her friends and her on Discord and other apps. We had the mindset of karma. Okay, the thing with karma is like a lot of people believe that it just happens naturally. Like you don't have to do the karma yourself. Like the universe will like deal with it and handle it, because then you could like be held responsible for whatever you're trying to do. I had this mindset of karma where she made up a fallacy of her dad getting hurt. So we wanted to make an illustration to kind of teach her a lesson about lying about it. Sounds extra disgusting now that I type it out. Yeah. He should have just like left it to the cops and stuff. From this point on, I'm not really sure what happens. But then again, he was like 16. You know, all of them were, this is why you can't like, you know. I've had her blocked since, and all of her friends, including her, deleted all their Discord accounts, etc. But I could assume she got in trouble at school, and a detective/CPS sent to her home, probably confiscating all the alcohol and interrogating her dad. I mean, kind of good for her. Like, I don't know like their relationship like in specific detail, but from this, yeah, maybe it's not like the best environment for her as well. I've been thinking about this more often lately, believing in karmic energy. As I've noticed, the more good I do, the more good I get. And this is something that's stuck in my past that I feel like is generally wrong. I realized this after I found out friends are the people who emailed my school. She didn't do it directly, and even if she did or was pushed for it, she was literally just a dumb kid. Instead of walking away ignoring it, which I easily could have done, yes, but he was also a kid, you know. I punished her for it even though she was literally just a dumb kid. Yeah, like I was saying, like karma could just happen naturally. I probably ruined her life. The audio message of her and her dad probably could have been out of context, I guess. Maybe they're just honest with each other. I probably ruined her family life because of it. I don't know if I should reach out and apologize for or not. I'm in first year university now. She could be in 11th grade. She's literally a high schooler, so I don't know if I should leave it be or not, because what I did generally hurts my heart, justified or not. Okay, at least he like realizes now, and he's like, yeah, that's bad, I shouldn't have done that. But he was probably like angry in the moment. The whole situation is just disgusting to me. I can't believe it's part of my past, my history, what makes me. Can't even tell a lot of my friends about it, or they judge me so hard, so I'm mentally stuck. Okay, yeah, it was like not really his fault until like that part when he, you know, started like messing with her family life and stuff. But I mean, the part where like he accidentally like dated someone younger than him, it wasn't really his fault because he didn't know. But how he chose to like act in that situation or respond to it was like, you know, but it was like a petty thing like that teenagers do. So okay, this next one is called I Stalked Him Into Loving Me, and I think this is the last one that I saved. So warning, I know this is super long, but I needed to get it off my chest. Okay, super long. From the very beginning, I knew he was mine. Okay, is anyone, this feels a little familiar. Yeah, I met him 8 months ago at a local grocery store. He met me about 6 weeks ago at a coffee shop. Oh. Okay. I'll never forget the day I was graced with his presence. It felt as though it was love at first sight. Okay, I feel that. And you know, I kind of like believe it's love at first sight because it's very like fairy tale and it's like pretty cute and stuff like that. But you can't like stalk people and then expect like reality to be, you know, a fairy tale. Like you can't force love, you know. I discovered love is not a two-way street. Sometimes you have to make a U-turn and keep following the person in front of you until you find your way home. I wouldn't say that. Like, if it results in stalking, then no. I remember the day, like it was yesterday, he was pushing his shopping cart. The fact that, like, he was just, like, minding his own business, you know, like, he was in a local grocery store. Like, oh, this is kind of scary, actually. Imagine you're, like, literally just shopping for groceries, and then someone stalks you for, like, 8 months. Ooh, like, and I found myself filled with jealousy for the first time over an inanimate object, as I wish I was the one he had his hands wrapped around. So she felt jealous of the shopping cart. Okay, honestly, real. The jealousy only continued to simmer as I continued to peek through aisles, watching him as he delicately placed items in his cart. I knew right then how kind and gentle he could be, wishing so desperately I was the one he was running his fingers across and picking up. I mean, it seems like she really wanted to get this off her chest because, like, I think it's, like, okay to kind of think these things, but you can't just follow people around, you know? It's kind of creepy, and it's just not okay. To be manhandled by him felt like a dream, and I never wanted to wake up from. So it seems like she likes the idea of him, but she still hasn't, like, really gotten to know him. Also, I saw someone say, like, this was, like, oh, it's like, You, like the show You. And I watched, like, a season of that, but, you know. I wanted so badly to run him and greet him so our story could begin, but I knew deep down it was too soon. Barely grasping onto my patience, I continued to shop while gazing at him. Minutes felt like hours, just as my mind started to take a deep dive into fantasies of us together. Yeah, so she likes the idea of him. I saw him make his way to the checkout line, knowing this was my chance. I followed shortly behind him. Though I didn't have the courage to speak up then, I was met with inspiration. I heard the cashier ask for his rewards number. Oh, I heard stories about this. Like, people would, like, stand in, like, behind the person, and they would hear, like, your number, because, like, the cashier would, like, ask for your number to, like, get your rewards for whatever store that is, like, for discounts and stuff. Oh, new fear unlocked, guys. Don't say your number for rewards. Fortunately, he had one. I could have fallen right then when I saw him smile ever so slightly as he began to speak. His voice was husky, yet sweet like honey. He began to read off his numbers. I pretended to text someone and opened my notes app, the weather app, quickly writing it down. Oh, the note. Oh. She didn't just memorize it, she wrote it down. Time began to speed up, and before I knew it, he was saying thank you and walking away. Before sadness could dampen my mood, I rushed home and looked up. After 45 minutes and a few sketchy websites, I found him. Oh, I thought she was just gonna, like, text him, you know, like, oh, you're, like, I thought you were cute, you know. So she used his number to find information about him online, which I don't even know how you could do, but it was from the point that I started to feel a bit like a stalker, because you kind of are. I looked at every photo, found the schools he attended, and checked his LinkedIn to see what jobs he worked, and of course, sifted through every follower he ever had to make sure there were no girlfriends or partners. Okay. To my surprise, he was in fact single. That's not an invitation though, you know. Even though I knew I was in love, I felt like I was beginning to know too much. I mean, I had even found out where he went to in elementary school and checked some digital archive library to find all his old yearbook photos. You could do that? And I was truly in awe. Okay, guys, I didn't know that you could do that. Yeah, there were, like, points in my life where I was like, okay, the yearbook is way too expensive, so I'm not just gonna buy it. I didn't know there was, like, a library archive to, like, look at yearbook photos. The more I learned, the more I was in love. So it seems like she just likes the idea of him, you know, because to be in love, I feel like you have to, like, actually talk to the person and, like, interact with them and stuff. So I decided to finally try and meet him. I fixed up my social media profile, changed my academic background to match his a bit, and decided to follow him. It took a few months and hours of perfecting my posts, but he finally liked one of them. I remembered my heart almost stopped. I was tempted to keep a note of the day he noticed me, but I decided to play it cool and wait a few hours before DMing him, asking him if we've met before, because he looked familiar and I noticed he liked my post. Of Of course, he didn't remember our first real meeting at the grocery store several months prior, but one thing led to another and we became friends. He would message me memes and cute cat pictures, and I continued to be in love with him. But things really started to change a few weeks ago when he asked if we could meet up IRL and get coffee. I remember the second time I saw him in person, my heart was fluttering and my skin was warm to the touch. Thoughts were racing and I couldn't stop thinking. Hot Americano with a splash of cream and croissant on the side. Before I knew it, he ordered my exact thought. I was worried I'd get his order wrong, but months of research proved me right. Though I was happy to discover he actually asked for his croissant heated up, so I wanted to remember that for the next time too. We got our drinks and sat at the nearest table. He was just as sweet as kind as I remembered him. He grabbed me a napkin when I spilt my drink a little. We laughed and talked for hours. At the end, he walked me to my car and asked me out again. But in a more romantic way, he told me I was even prettier in person, and that speaking to him was like speaking to someone he had known his whole life. I knew it's because we're soulmates, so I told him I felt the same way in a joking manner, but it definitely did not feel like a joke. I was in love and it felt like he was beginning to feel it too, but after our 5th date, he told me, I love you. It was better than all of the thousands of fantasies. My heart literally felt like it was throbbing. How could one human be so incredible? I wish I recorded it, but experiencing it was so much better. I responded by saying I loved him back, but I felt bad because he doesn't know that I've not just responding to his I love you, I've really loved him for almost a year now, but he has no idea. Every sound, movement, and breath he takes, every piece of him I loved will continue to love because it's him. He finally found me and I've always seen him. I feel like a stalker, but now he has no idea. He finally sees me and I've always seen him. I feel like a stalker. I also feel like deep down this really is true love. Okay, so that was the last one that I saved, and this video is gonna be kind of long, so I might like try to like edit it down, but that's not, guys, don't take inspiration from that. That's not okay. I'm just like curious about what that guy is going to think when he finds this out. Or like imagine he has Reddit and he sees that and he's like, oh, this sounds like my situation, you know? That would be like really creepy. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like or whatever YouTubers say. But yeah, I've had this idea for a while. I was gonna do like am I the asshole type of Reddit thing as well in the future. But yeah, that was a lot of reading. My throat kind of hurts, so I'm probably gonna get some water and some food. But yeah, guys, that's it for the video today. I don't have an intro or outro planned, so yeah, bye.